KCNA versus CKA. Which Kubernetes certification should you start with? Well, if you're staring down the cloud-native certification path right now, you already know it can feel like a total alphabet soup, right? It's literally a maze of acronyms. It's so easy to get completely lost before you even crack a book, just not knowing which exam actually lines up with your current skills. So today, we're going to completely demystify this whole journey for you in this explainer. We'll break down exactly what these two major credentials test and help you figure out exactly where you need to start.
Welcome to Cert Empire. KCNA and CKA are both Kubernetes certifications, but they test completely different skills. I literally can't stress this enough. Treating them like they're interchangeable, that's the first and honestly the most expensive mistake that candidates make. I see so many folks jumping right into the deep end, completely missing that the KCNA and CKA are totally distinct milestones. Choosing the wrong one for your skill level, yeah, that can mean months of wasted study time and just a ton of unnecessary frustration.
Theory or practice? Which path are you going to choose? Let's get you into the right headspace right out of the gate. Are you looking to prove your conceptual understanding of cloud-native architecture? Or do you need to prove you can actually execute commands on a live server while a timer is relentlessly ticking down in the background? That's the real fork in the road here. Figuring out where you stand between theory and practice, that's the ultimate key to making this choice. Because the decision you make today, it totally dictates what your next few months of studying will look like.
Okay, let's dive into the core structural difference here. The KCNA tests conceptual Kubernetes knowledge without any hands-on tasks. It's entirely knowledge-based. The CKA, on the flip side, tests hands-on cluster administration right in a live environment. It's kind of like the difference between reading a super detailed manual about how a car engine works versus actually being under the hood with a wrench covered in grease trying to fix it while a stopwatch is ticking. Both require deep knowledge of the engine for sure, but the actual application of that knowledge, completely different.
When you actually look at the logistics of these exams, the contrast is pretty wild. The KCNA is a 90-minute multiple-choice test. It costs $250, and, this is huge, it actually includes one free retake, which makes it a super accessible on-ramp. But then look over at the CKA. You're looking at 2 grueling hours of performance-based tasks in a live Kubernetes cluster. It costs nearly double, $445, and there is no free retake to save you. And hey, while the CKA's passing score of 66% might look a little lower than the KCNA's 75%, please don't let that fool you. The stakes are incredibly high in that 2-hour live environment. There's absolutely zero multiple-choice safety net to guess your way out of trouble.
Now, if we break down what the KCNA actually tests, you'll see Kubernetes fundamentals takes up nearly half of the entire exam, 46% to be exact. Then it's followed up by container orchestration at 22% and smaller chunks for cloud-native architecture, application delivery, and observability. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, the KCNA relies purely on understanding the what and why of the whole ecosystem. It's literally all about knowing concepts. What are pods, nodes, namespaces, the control plane? You're never going to actually touch a live cluster or type a single command during this test.
But wow, do the requirements shift drastically when we talk about the CKA? You aren't just describing cluster architecture, you're actually setting up and configuring the components. You aren't just talking about storage theory, you are setting up persistent storage on a real cluster. And crucially, you're diagnosing and fixing broken components under intense time pressure, which, let me tell you, brings a very special kind of adrenaline to the whole testing experience. Every single task on the CKA requires you to execute the exact right commands in a live terminal, relying strictly on your own muscle memory.
So, knowing all those massive structural differences, which one's right for you? Well, let's look at a few practical candidate personas to figure out exactly where you fit. First up, are you a student or maybe a career changer with absolutely no prior Kubernetes exposure? If you're a total beginner, looking to break into the cloud computing space for the first time, you'll definitely want to pay close attention to this next point.
If that sounds like you, start with the KCNA, period. It validates real conceptual knowledge before you ever land a hands-on Kubernetes role. Actually, the Cloud Native Computing Foundation explicitly designed the KCNA as a pre-professional stepping stone. It is basically the perfect way to get a highly respected credential past HR filters and right onto your resume before you even have actual cluster access at a job. And just proves you get the landscape and that you're ready to be trained on the technical execution.
Okay, but what if you fall into our second persona? Let's say you're a developer moving into DevOps or cloud-native operations. Or maybe you're an IT pro who's super experienced in traditional infrastructure, but now you're looking to transition into the modern operations side of the house.
Your best path here is really a two-step sequence. Start with the KCNA to build a formal vocabulary and deeply understand the underlying architecture concepts. Then, later on, you can tackle the CKA once you've built up some real hands-on command line fluency. Because honestly, the KCNA builds the exact terminology that makes the CKA's intense practical tasks actually make sense. Think about it. You wouldn't try to write a novel in a language you don't speak, right? So you definitely shouldn't jump straight into command line ops without grasping the overarching architecture first.
Finally, let's check out our third persona. Do you already administer Kubernetes clusters in a real job? Like, are you an experienced platform engineer who already has strong Linux and container experience from your day-to-day work in a production environment?
If so, go directly to the CKA. Honestly, you may not need the KCNA at all. If you already have those daily, hands-on operational skills, you can totally skip the conceptual on-ramp and go straight to validating exactly what you do at work every day. Don't waste your time reviewing beginner concepts when the CKA is built specifically to prove the advanced technical skills you already use to keep your systems running.
Now, the path you choose directly dictates your reality for the next few months of preparation. KCNA prep is usually going to take you about 4 to 8 weeks, costing around $250 to $350 total, and that covers the exam fee plus maybe some light practice question banks. But the CKA prep, that's a much steeper climb. You're looking at 2 to 3 months of hard work and a larger investment of up to $600. And because the CKA is entirely practical, your prep relies super heavily on paying for simulated hands-on exam environments like killer.sh to practice your speed and accuracy. It's just a completely different level of commitment.
So before you make your final choice, you absolutely have to avoid the major pitfalls that candidates constantly fall into. First off, don't assume the KCNA and CKA are competing options. They're really a logical sequence. Second, don't skip the KCNA too early, or you're going to find yourself completely lost in the CKA's assumed vocabulary. Third, and this is a big one, never assume the CKA is just a harder multiple choice exam. There are literally 0 multiple choice questions. Fourth, don't treat the passing scores equally, because they evaluate completely different formats. And above all else, never underestimate the CKA's required hands-on lab time. Reading a textbook about networking is absolutely not the same thing as configuring it live when the pressure's on.
Which brings us to the simple, definitive recommendation here. Beginners entering the space should definitely start with the KCNA to build a solid foundation. Professionals with real, hands-on cluster experience, you can bypass it and go directly to the CKA. Sticking to this simple decision matrix is going to prevent you from wasting weeks of study time and hundreds of dollars on an exam you either aren't ready for yet or one you've already completely outgrown.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. KCNA or CKA, which path will you choose? Are you ready for the terminal, or do you need to master the theory first? Drop a comment below with your chosen certification path. And hey, make sure to read the complete comparison on Cert Empire and hit that subscribe button for more certification roadmaps and exam prep guides. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you in the next one.